Imagine if you could buy a property here in Dubai in a community that is well developed for half price of their neighboring sisters from almost the same developer with the same finish and similar environment. That is what is about Town Square. I already did a video here explaining the community, and today I'm going to do a drive through the community, showing you all the steps and all the parts of this neighborhood that we love here in Dubai. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what is the best feature that is driving people here to Town Square. So buckle up and join me in this ride. And we are going to start this drive-through through this new exit, right? Because if you research about Town Square online, articles and other videos, people were complaining that there was not a lot of exits here in the neighborhood to the main roads, but that was fixed and they are improving. Every semester there's a new one, and this exit that we are taking right now, it's a new connection from Town Square to 611, where we're going to drive like in 2 minutes, which is one of the main roads that connects Town Square to Dubai, to the main area of Dubai. We are located about 25 minutes from Palm Jumeirah. We are about 35 to 40 minutes with traffic from the main airport. Remember that the airport now is going to be transferred here to the south of Dubai, where Dubai is growing, which is the Al Maktoum Airport. Is going to be the biggest airport in the world, and from that airport, Town Square is strategically positioned about 15 to 20 minutes. And the other main road that connects Dubai to Town Square and to the beaches is Al Qudra. From Al Qudra, that we are going to show you in a few minutes, takes you from Town Square all the way to the beach in Burj Al Arab. We cross Dubai Hills, we cross Motor City, Sport City, so the main neighborhoods, Al Barsha, and we get to the coast of Dubai. So you have a straight line to the beach, to Palm Jumeirah, to Burj Al Arab. So the location of Town Square is very easy to drive around from here to anywhere in Dubai. If you want to go to downtown, 611 takes you all the way to downtown, and that drive is going to take you between 25 and 35 minutes depending on the traffic. This area was, they start developing in 2016 when they start delivering the first townhouses, the first buildings, and since then has expanded. This Al Qudra corridor that we refer, where you have Arabian Ranches 2, Arabian Ranches 1, you have Town Square, you have Mira, you have Oasis, you have Cherry Woods. In the original development of Dubai, this whole area, which is called Dubai Land, was supposed to have all the amusement parks. We have Global Village, and now we are driving through 611. So when you're getting into your property here in Dubai, in Town Square, that's one of the main roads that you are going, they are going to bring you. Here in Dubai Land, where Town Square is located, was supposed to be the entertainment area of Dubai with the amusement parks, and we have a Global Village. And now the Sheikh Hamdan announced that they are going to design more things for the area passing Town Square, with more hotels, with more parks, with more attractions, and that's going to bring even more people to this area, because Dubai is growing here to the south, right? Everything on the north and on the east is very developed, so Dubai is growing to the south and to the west into the desert, because that's where the land is available. So once you get out of 611, you're going to get into Al Qudra, which is the road that comes all the way from Burj Al Arab all the way here to Town Square. And the entrance is very easy. All these buildings on the right side of who is driving is Town Square. And one of the nicest things about Town Square, different from other neighborhoods here in Dubai, like JLT, JVT, JVC, is that Nashma, which we refer to it as a parent company, not a parent, a sister company of Emaar, because the former directors and board of Emaar founded this company. They are the master developers here in Town Square, and only they are authorized to build, or very selected ones. There are 2 buildings from Emaar, but most of the neighborhood is Nashma. And why that is good? Because it gives control and perspective, and you can understand what is going to be built from today, right? A lot of buildings like these ones were already developed, and we have the whole master plan with exactly what is going to be developed and delivered in the next years. And that's only possible because the master developer is the developer also for the projects, right? So once you get here in Town Square, this is the main road that crosses the park. In one side we have the buildings. Here we are going to drive around. Also, you have all the amenities. You have basketball court, you have skate park, you have paintball field, you have food trucks, you have trampoline, you have the surfing, those surfing toys or simulators that you go there and do. So you don't need to actually go to the beach. You can do it right here. On this right hand side, on the left hand side, we also have townhouses. Town Square is a community where you have townhouses and apartments. All the townhouses clusters, they were already built and delivered, so there's no new townhouses coming, which is great for the people that already bought or the people that are thinking to buy at this moment. Why? Because the supply is limited, and that's a key factor for prices to go up, right? You have a limited supply and unlimited demand that will make the prices grow. And another thing that is going to attract more people here to Town Square, they announced last year, they broke ground actually, is that Town Square now is going to have its own school. That was already on the master plan, but at this moment they started construction, and for next year 2027, on the school year of 2027, Town Square is going to have its own school, which is already a major event here for Town Square, because we didn't have our own school, but they just opened one across the road in Oasis, which is a British school, and that was already very good for everybody that lives here, because they don't need to commute as much to drop their kids off to the school or to take the bus and things like that. And now it's going to be even easier because Town Square is going to have its own school starting in 2027. So all this area that we are looking here, that we are driving through this moment, is one of the townhouses districts. So you can see it's very calm, very green. That's something that everybody loves about Town Square, is how green it is. During the summer, I like to do my runs, do my walks, and it's a completely game changer when you have an area like this one with this green belt. Because under the trees, not just because of the shade it makes, it creates to you, but also the trees and the flowers and everything create a more cool environment, especially in the morning, and that helps. That also, this factor of nature and green also attract pet lovers, because Town Square is one of the most pet-friendly communities here in Dubai. This is another area of townhouses that they are finishing. Here, where we are at this moment, is where the the school is going to be. So all these townhouses are going to be very close to the school, so kids can just walk home or take their scooters, electric scooters, their little carts and everything. And that sense of a small town that actually Town Square has is one of the main things that attract people to this neighborhood. So around Town Square, especially on the west and east ends, is where we have the townhouses. You can see it's a very calm neighborhood. You don't have traffic here other than the local traffic. That makes the area very safe for kids that like to walk around or ride around on their bicycles and their electric scooter, electric bikes. And at night we can see the kids playing and the families enjoying, people walking with their pets and their dogs and their cats and everything here, making this one of the most desirable family-friendly and pet-friendly areas in Dubai. So now we are going to start to head back where the buildings are, most of the buildings are, and also where the park is. And as you may think, an area of this size with this many townhouses and buildings, we do have a couple commercial centers. We have a little town center where we have a pharmacy, one of the 3 or 4 supermarkets that we have here, restaurants, you have pizza places, you have barbershop, you have salon, you have cafes. So basically you have everything that you need on a daily basis to stay here and not have to drive around so much. You don't need to take your car to go to the supermarket or take your car to go to the grocery shops or to another place to buy your fruit. Everything you're going to find here in Town Square. Here on my right hand side, another building that is being built. There are a couple of buildings here that are not from Nashma as the developer, but from Emaar. So Emaar, as so far, is the only other developer that was authorized to build and to develop here. Remember, Town Square is the master developer here is Nashma, so they control everything. They have the master plan. They decide what can be built, what cannot be built. And comparing to other neighborhoods, that's very important, because even though this is not properly a gated community, the only thing that is gated are the townhouses clusters. However, they treat and maintain everything here as if it was a gated community. So the grass is cut, the flowers, they change, I guess, every month, because we see the flowers being changed all the time, especially the lower ones, the ones that are closer to the ground. And there is an immense amount of people taking care of the community, which is different from other areas, like I said, JLT, JVT, where Nahil is the master developer, but because they sold the lots to different other developers, each developer is only taking care of their space and not the overall space. And that shows when you drive around here, which is an area that still have a lot of buildings under construction. But as you can see, it's very well maintained, very well taken care of. And that's why people, when they come to Town Square, when they discover Town Square, they immediately fall in love with this neighborhood, because in my opinion is one of the best, or the best community, one of the best communities here in Town Square in this category. As I said, you have 1, 2, 3 Spinach supermarket here. You have Giant, you have Carrefour, you have Starbucks. We are going to start driving now to the Central Park of Town Square, and that's, for me, is the whole charm of Town Square. We go to other neighborhoods that are amazing, like Dubai Hills, Damak Hills 1, Damak Hills 2. They do have green areas. Sometimes they do have their own parks, but you still, in most of those neighborhoods, you need to take your car and drive to a park, which is just a park. Here, as you can see, Town Square, we went to Colombia a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, and in Colombia you have all these small little cities where there is a square in the middle where people gather, and the houses around, and during the day everybody's there, the commerce, the people talking, the friends, the neighbors, everybody's there. And here in Town Square is exactly the same thing. A lot of people from other communities around, like Dubai Hills, Damak Hills 2, they actually come to Town Square to come with their kids to enjoy this environment, which is unbeatable here in Dubai. Now we already are in the area of the Town Square Park, which is the main park here in Town Square. There is still a lot of commercial real estate available, because more and more, as the space grows, Nashma opens it to more vendors to come. So what we have the most here are restaurants. We have every type of cuisine. We have Lebanese, we have international, like Benny Mac for with more British kind of cuisine. We have Indian, we have Pakistani, we have Italian food, we have il forno and oregano. So there is a lot of vendors and variety here that you don't get bored. Sometimes you live in a community that is 1 or 2 or 3 restaurants. You go to 3 of them during the week, you don't want to see them anymore for like 4 months. Here in Town Square, you have so many options that you do not get bored. Other than that, you also have one of the biggest community gyms in Dubai that they just opened, and you also have yoga studio, Pilates studio, Crank, which is a spinning studio, have F45. So all of this make people of Town Square love Town Square. And this is the main park. It's accessible to the public. You need to pay the parking if you stay more than 2 or 3 hours. You have a nursery, and now you start having the vendors. And this is the part that I said that looks like you are in a little town, because you have the park in the middle, and here you have the fruit, the fresh market from Barakat. You have a yogurt tent on this side, and you have Parka, which is a very nice cafeteria that they have here. You have here also, you have Carrefour, a mini mart that we know everybody. They know everybody by their name. They know what we like because it's a small community, and they know when we go there, they know we love watermelon. They already come look, I have the watermelon for you. They already cut, they have everything. In the middle of the park, we have a stage, and at the end of the year, Town Square hosts the biggest community New Year's Eve party of Dubai. So they close the access to cars, and they put barriers and security. This way, everybody that comes in and comes out needs to go through security. This way, the parents can leave their kids running around freely without being concerned. And this becomes the stage of one or the biggest community New Year's Eve here in Dubai. And that's why people love Town Square. Great Accessibility, you have 611, you have all Kudra. They are designing more exits so everybody doesn't have to leave through the same place. You have a variety of vendors, restaurants, gyms, different types of layouts in the buildings, the studio, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. You have townhouses, so it's really a small town in the middle of this big city of Dubai. Every time we get home, sometimes we are in traffic for 25-30 minutes, which is normal here in Dubai, but once we get here in town square, we feel like, okay, this feels like home. It feels like you are transported. We met a couple here. The guy is from Italy and the wife is from Lebanon, and they were living in a neighboring community and say, yeah, it's nice, has some amenities, but we live in a townhouse and we only knew 3 neighbors, and every time we had to go somewhere, we had to take our car. Here feels more like home, the guy from Italy saying, because I can just come down, there's a park, there's people here, there's people working with the dog, there's people working with their kids, and we can just enjoy without the need to take the car for something. So now we're going to walk a little bit so I can show you the park, and we are going to stop in one of our favorite spots here for a cafe, while I'll also give you some stats and information about Town Square. So we are heading to the park. We have F45 here, one of our favorite restaurants there, which is a Italian restaurant. And look at this park. Look at this park here behind me. I have many videos here because we are vlogging all the time, and people are just hanging out there. When we come down in the morning with the puppies, they are there with their kids, the nannies with the kids, the parents with the kids, just enjoying the weather, because the weather now is very good to be outside, to be honest. As you can see, there's a little breeze, and this little breeze is what makes people want to be outside, right? We are outside, I'm wearing shirt and suit pants, and everything is fine. Here around the park, like all around the park, like on that part there and all here, we have the vendors. We have Crank, we have Tula, Katrina, Five Guys, the Spartan Box, we have Starbucks, even Cold Stone, that's my favorite, Cold Stone Creamery right there. We have Nando's, we have Ben & Mac, which is super important because I believe is one of the only communities, or maybe the only communities, that you have a restaurant in the middle of it, not attached to a hotel, with liquor license. So for those who drink, that is a very nice feature, because you don't want to drink and drive to go to happy hour, but you can go here, just come down, have your drink and walk home. So that's pretty amazing. So let's go to the cafe because I want to talk some numbers with you. Okay, now I'm in Katrina, which is one of our favorite spots here. And I like to have a cappuccino with coconut milk, and I make it ice myself because they don't. So there you go, having your best drink here. So at this moment, I want to talk to you about some numbers, and that's going to be the final information that you need and the things that are very important. As I told you, Nashma is the master developer here, and they are the only one authorized to build here in Town Square. And not only that, they already have the whole neighborhood mapped out, so we know exactly what is coming. So at this moment here in Town Square, we have 9,200 units available, more or less. We have 4,500 under construction and just another 146 that are going to come. So that's it. That's the whole size of the development. There's nothing else coming after this. And this is important. Why? When you go to a neighborhood where you know exactly what is going to be built, you are sure that the supply is going to be limited, and at some point that people are going to want to come here, there's nothing new coming. So those who are here, so those who buy now, know that the prices are going to come up, right? So most of the units here are 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms, and also 4 bedrooms because we have the townhouses. So this is a family area. They didn't develop this area to be a touristic area. However, as I'm going to talk to you and show you later, that this area, as far as it is from the main attractions of tourists here in Dubai, it's very good for short-term rental. The new units that are going to be delivered are mostly 1, 2 bedrooms, the majority, some 3 bedrooms in the new building. So 1 and 2 are the sweet spot here in Town Square. We have seen the last years a population surge because, of course, number one, more buildings are being added to the community, and number two, more people want to live here. So today the population here in Town Square is about 7,400 people. So those are very nice numbers to know because you know the supply is limited, the demand is coming, so people want to live here, and that's why we saw almost a 50% increase of the prices in the last 2 years. So in 2 years, the price went up here in Town Square by 50%, and that's not because of speculation, because people who are buying here are not investors, they are people who live here. The average price here, talking about a price per square foot, because it depends on the size of the unit, we're talking about the price per square foot is about 1,300. If we go to other areas like Dubai Hills or Dubai Creek Harbor, we are talking about 1,500, 1,600, 800 and up. A 1 bedroom here in Town Square, you're going to find for less than 1 million dirhams. If you go to Dubai Creek Harbor, even without a view to the creek, in an area that you only have 1 entry and 1 exit, so there's a lot of neck bothering from the traffic, we are talking about 1.6, 1.7 million for a 1 bedroom. A 2 bedroom here in Town Square, you're going to find between 1.3 for the older units and 1.5, 1.6 for the newer units. And the rents here are very good. You're going to get between 8 and 9% rent, net rent here in Town Square, which makes also a very good investment for those people who want cash flow. A lot of people want to live here. Some of them cannot buy, some of them they don't know if they want to make this a long-term commitment. So sometimes they prefer to rent. The rent here plays very well. And also, as I said, I want to show you some numbers how this area can be a very good investment for short-term rentals. The 1 bedrooms here, according to the data from AirDNA, the 1 bedrooms, you can make up to $35,000 per year. So that's more than 100,000 dirhams in short-term rental for 1 bedroom. The 2 bedrooms here in Town Square are renting more or less for 100,000 in the long term. If you do a short-term rental with a studio of 1 bedroom, you can get up to $35,000 per year in revenue with an occupancy rate of 68%. Now, if you decided to buy a bigger unit, a 2 bedroom, you can make up to $45,000 per year with an occupancy rate also around 67%. So this is very nice. Me and my wife, we live here and we went to Brazil for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and we put our property on Airbnb. We managed through the app. You don't need to pay a company to do that for you. We manage everything from the app. And the nice thing, because we are not on a touristic area, you're going to have good short-term tenants. They usually are families that they come and they take care of your property. So if you want to know more about Town Square, there's a link below. We can schedule a call. I can send you a full report. And if you're considering to move to Dubai or to invest in Dubai and your budget is up to 2.5 million, I'm going to say that Town Square is one of the best opportunities that you have.